any military action in Iran is far more complicated than it was in Venezuela.
Absolutely. Military action in Iran is a major step forward, and it's really a major commitment of U.S. military forces. It's a major commitment of our country. One of the other differences, however, is that Iran is well known to the United States. Venezuela less so. Most people in the United States don't really think about Venezuela, but Iran, we have, as you know, some history there, is on people's minds, and I think people would be more supportive of regime change there than elsewhere, but nobody wants to see the U.S. military make a serious commitment of forces or the U.S. to get involved in some sort of prolonged conflict.
Yeah, because President Trump was so vocal, wasn't he, about the withdrawal from Afghanistan and where that went wrong. But meanwhile, I guess where you are, many Americans more concerned with the actions currently of federal agents in major U.S. cities, a huge uproar online and on TV news, but it feels like from the outside, not as much on Capitol Hill.
Well, I think on Capitol Hill, there's people are holding back a little bit to really understand more how the investigation will play out. Of course, the investigations have been hampered because President Trump has ordered the federal authorities to not share information with local government. So it's going to be difficult to figure out exactly what happened. But, the really interesting thing about this episode is that depending on your political persuasion, we have two very different interpretations of what happened, which is bizarre because it's a factual scenario. But
this is sorry, just to interrupt. This is just for our viewers. This is the Minneapolis incident where, of course, we saw the mum of one get shot through her car screen window by an ICE agent.
Yes, that's right. And I apologize, I should have said that earlier. But Democrats and people on the left, they see it as murder. And that's the language a lot of people are using. On the right, they see it as justified. And it's just two different factual interpretations of what happened. People have different ideas of when the officer drew his gun. So I don't know how this gets resolved, but I can tell you that Democrats do feel a little bit in a bind because years ago, you might remember there was a big push on the left to defund the police. And that really came back to bite the Democrats. Democrats now look back on that and think that was the left taking them to a place that's a little bit crazy. And they don't want to go back to that. So there's some hesitation about being too critical of ICE and not blaming the entire organization when this is really the actions of a few. But that's tough to articulate when you're a political party.
Yeah, and it makes some of the protesters, I guess, feel politically homeless right now. It's fascinating times. I wish we had more time, Nathan. Maybe we can get you back to have more of a chat in the future. This is not going away for sure. Appreciate your time today.